Your thoughts are the foundation of your life. Everything you do, every choice you make, and every direction you take begins with a thought. What you allow to take root in your mind will eventually shape your reality. Many people underestimate the power of their thoughts, assuming that they are just fleeting ideas or harmless passing notions. But the truth is, thoughts are incredibly powerful. They direct the course of your life. If your mind is filled with negativity, fear, and doubt, then your actions will reflect that. On the other hand, if your mind is focused on truth, confidence, and purpose, you will walk in strength, peace, and success. The mind is like a field. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of discouragement, fear, and worry, you will reap a life filled with anxiety and uncertainty. But if you plant seeds of hope, faith, and determination, you will see the fruit of peace, confidence, and victory. The problem is that many people allow anything and everything to be planted in their minds without realizing the long-term impact. They allow negative influences, destructive thoughts, and self-defeating beliefs to take root, and over time, those thoughts shape their reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, or that your situation will never improve, those thoughts will become your truth. Not because they are actually true, but because you have chosen to believe them. The way you think determines how you react to life's challenges. Two people can face the exact same difficulty, but respond in completely different ways based on their mindset. One person, filled with fear and doubt, might see an obstacle as an impossible barrier, something that will keep them stuck forever. Another person, filled with faith and determination, will see the same challenge as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. The difference isn't in the situation, it's in the way they think about it. That is why learning to control your thoughts is so critical. You must take responsibility for what you allow to stay in your mind, because your thoughts shape your perspective, and your perspective shapes your reality. Too often, people believe that they have no control over their thoughts, that whatever enters their mind must stay there. But that is not true. Just as you have the ability to choose what you focus on, you also have the ability to reject thoughts that do not serve you. When a thought of fear arises, you can choose to replace it with truth. When a thought of discouragement creeps in, you can counter it with hope. This takes effort, but it is possible. You do not have to let negative thoughts control your life. You have the power to shift your mindset and direct your thoughts toward what is good, uplifting, and true. Everything starts with a thought. Your habits, your attitude, your relationships, and even your future are all influenced by the way you think. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. That means being intentional about what you allow into your mind. Pay attention to the voices you listen to, the words you speak over yourself, and the messages you consume daily. Fill your mind with thoughts that align with faith, purpose, and strength, and watch how your life begins to reflect that change. Recognizing negative thought patterns is one of the most important steps in taking control of your mind. Many people go through life unaware of the thoughts that shape their emotions, decisions, and actions. They assume that whatever enters their mind must be accepted as truth, not realizing that their thoughts may be rooted in fear, doubt, or past failures. The way you think has been shaped over time by experiences, influences, and even words spoken over you. If you have constantly been told that you are not good enough or that success is out of reach, those ideas may have settled into your mind as unshakable beliefs. However, just because you think something does not make it true, thoughts can be deceptive. And if you are not careful, you can find yourself trapped in a cycle of negativity without even realizing it. Just as you have control over your actions, you also have control over your thoughts. However, this control does not come naturally. It must be developed through discipline. You have to train your mind to focus on what is true, uplifting, and productive rather than allowing it to be overwhelmed by fear, discouragement, or distractions. Discipline begins with awareness. You must be intentional about recognizing what thoughts dominate your mind throughout the day. Pay attention to patterns. Do you constantly worry? Do you often dwell on past mistakes? Do you find yourself expecting the worst? These thought patterns did not form overnight, and they will not change overnight either. But once you become aware of them, you can take steps to correct them. If an undisciplined mind is left unchecked, it will naturally default to negativity. But a disciplined mind learns to recognize harmful thoughts and redirect them before they take root. The key to mental discipline is consistency. You cannot expect to control your thoughts if you only try to do so occasionally. Just as an athlete trains daily to strengthen their body, you must train your mind daily to reject negativity and focus on truth. This means setting aside time each day to reinforce positive, faith-filled thoughts. It means guarding what you expose yourself to, being mindful of the information you consume, the conversations you engage in, and the influences you allow into your life. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, your thoughts will naturally reflect that. But if you are intentional about filling your mind with truth, encouragement, and wisdom, your thinking will begin to change. Mental discipline also requires replacing bad habits with good ones. Many people struggle with controlling their thoughts because they have built habits of worrying, overthinking, or focusing on the negative. Breaking these habits takes effort, but it is possible. When a fearful thought arises, instead of allowing it to spiral out of control, stop it immediately and replace it with a truth that brings peace. When you catch yourself dwelling on past failures, remind yourself that your past does not define you and that you have the ability to move forward. When your mind starts to fill with doubt, choose to focus on what is possible rather than what could go wrong. The more you practice replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, the more natural it will become. Discipline and thought control also involves setting boundaries. Just as you would not allow toxic people to have unlimited access to your life, you should not allow toxic thoughts to have free rein in your mind. Establish mental boundaries by deciding in advance what you will and will not entertain. When a thought enters your mind, ask yourself, is this helpful? Is this true? Is this leading me toward peace, growth, and confidence? If the answer is no, then do not give it space in your mind. This takes practice, but over time, it becomes a way of life. You begin to develop an automatic filter that protects your mind from destructive thinking. A disciplined mind is not easily shaken by circumstances. Life will always bring challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties, but a person who has trained their mind to remain steady will not be overcome by fear or doubt. Instead of reacting impulsively to difficulties, they respond with wisdom and confidence. They do not allow their emotions to dictate their decisions, and they do not let temporary struggles cloud their long-term vision. This kind of stability is only possible when you take control of your thoughts and refuse to be swayed by every passing fear or worry. Controlling your thoughts requires effort, but it is one of the most powerful disciplines you can develop. When you take responsibility for what you allow into your mind, you take control of your life. You no longer live as a victim of circumstances or emotions. You begin to walk in confidence, peace, and purpose. The battle for your life is fought in your mind, and through discipline, you can win that battle every single day. The power of renewing your mind cannot be overstated. Your thoughts shape your reality, and if you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. Many people go through life trapped in cycles of negativity, self-doubt, and fear because they have never taken the time to renew their minds. They believe that they are stuck the way they are, that their thought patterns are permanent, and that change is impossible. But that is not true. Your mind is capable of transformation, and when you renew it with truth, wisdom, and purpose, your entire life begins to shift. Renewing your mind starts with a decision. You must decide that you will no longer accept every thought that enters your mind as truth. You must choose to evaluate your thoughts, challenge them, and replace the ones that are destructive. It is not enough to simply recognize negati.